need to get this out of the way so I can eat my dinner. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leanne, the very proud big sister of our beautiful bride, Michelle. I want to start by congratulating you both. Today has truly been a fairy tale, and I know that you have each found your true match and have a wonderful adventure ahead of you. 2 years ago, Michelle stood by my side as I married the love of my life. Dan over there. Yes, I still love him. And I'm honored that I got to stand by her side today as her maid of honor as she married the guy she loves. I've had so much fun this year being a part of the wedding planning, shopping, showers, stag and go, and bachelorette. And though I promise not to share too many details of the bachelorette, let's just say that we might want to keep the number of toasts tonight to a minimum, since some of us have seen Michelle after a drink or two. I never knew Brian before he dated my sister, but one of the first nights that we all hung out together, my husband and I had just gotten engaged, and we invited Brian and Michelle to come celebrate with us at a Halloween party. We were getting ready to go at my parents' house, and Brian came walking into the kitchen dressed as Batman. We should have known then that they were perfect for each other when Brian easily fit into a pair of Michelle's tight black leggings like they were his own.
Wow.
As uncomfortable as he may have felt, it was a valiant attempt to be Michelle's superhero, and it has seemed to work very well. As for the party, Brian can tell you all later how that night ended. I remember the first time that I saw Michelle's engagement ring. And no, it wasn't on her finger or at the store. As Michelle can tell you, Brian is terrible at keeping things a secret. He was so excited after he bought Michelle's ring that he wanted to show it to the whole world before he gave it to her. If you were ever at his house for a couple of drinks, you know that it didn't take Brian long to sneak you off to the basement to show you the ring he had hidden in the dresser drawer, even with Michelle right upstairs. Michelle told me that Brian hasn't kept many Christmas or birthday presents a secret from her, and as I've seen firsthand, he just can't keep a surprise. But at least he kept the biggest one of them all a secret until the time was right. Brian is perfect for my sister. He's easygoing, a hard worker, and has a great sense of humor. Most importantly, I know that he loves Michelle deeply and will always take care of her. Brian, you have passed all of the tests, and not to mention make a great addition to my dad's family business. We are very happy to welcome you into our family, and always remember, happy wife, happy life. The nice thing about growing up with a sister is you have someone to lean on, someone to count on, and someone to tell on. In true sister fashion, Michelle and I always knew just how to get on each other's nerves. I remember all the long car rides on family vacations, and I can tell you that sharing the back seat with you, packed to the brim with bags and coolers, didn't always bring out the best in our relationship. Our poor parents always had to put up with listening to "She's looking out my window" and "Stop touching me." But the best memories from those trips were the games we played, such as I Spy Something with my disgusting pink gooey eye, or Count the Car Toppers and Who Can Spot Bicycle Pete. We had a love for Disney movies and musicals, and we would watch the same ones over and over again, always dancing and singing along. Our favorite was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. We knew all the words, and even at this young age, we were already dreaming of the day we would get married, pretending to be one of the brides in the movie each time we watched it. You may have noticed one of Michelle's favorite childhood treats, the chocolate coins on the candy table over there as you arrived tonight. One story that my family and I always joke about is the first time the Tooth Fairy visited me. I was so excited showing everyone my loonie, and before I knew it, Michelle had snatched it from my hands and popped it into her mouth. The surprised look on her face was priceless when she realized it wasn't chocolate.
Oh my God.
Michelle, as you put it 2 years ago in your maid of honor speech to me, yes, it was kind of hard sharing the spotlight with a new little sister when you were born. But it didn't take long to realize that not only would you be my sister, but my very best friend. As children, Michelle and I always managed to keep each other laughing. We loved making up our own silly songs and recording them on tape. Michelle's favorite songs to make up were usually about her Beanie Babies or the sun and the moon. And I tried to dig up the tapes, but I couldn't find them, but I think Michelle remembers some of them. Would you like to come out and sing one for us? Don't worry, maybe later after a glass of wine she can come up and give us her latest rendition of the sun and the moon and the Beanie Babies. Michelle, you look absolutely stunning today. And don't be surprised if you notice that one day I snuck into your closet to try on your wedding dress.
What?
Just like old times of living together. It wasn't too long ago when it was a regular activity in our days to go shopping in each other's closets and pick out what we wanted to wear. As either of my parents could tell you, we were always at it over whose clothes were whose. I'm actually quite lucky I moved out when I did, or I probably wouldn't have any clothes left. Since one garbage day this year, my dad threw out all of Michelle's summer clothes by accident. They were in great face. I have a lot more funny and embarrassing stories about Michelle, but because this is her special day, I will leave her alone now. When I look at you today, Michelle, I remember a little girl who believed in magic. And as I look at you right now, I see a grown woman who has seen all the magic in the world come true tonight. You've grown into a beautiful and accomplished young woman, and I'm proud to call you my sister. Anyone who knows Michelle knows that she is the most kind-hearted and loving person in the world who would do absolutely anything for you. You've become my very best friend, and I will always love you and be there for you. Brian and Michelle, today is the start of your lifelong journey as a married couple. From what I've seen over the past few years, it's clear that you are very in love and will make each other very happy. So now it gives me immense pleasure to invite you all to raise your glasses. You and Brian look so happy together today, and I'm so happy for you both. So here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after.
Cheers.
And now, I come to the second part of my speech. In memory of all the songs that we made up as kids, Michelle, I thought I was singing my version of your love story, the little Taylor Swift remix. And I hope it goes as well as it did in my car, steering wheel as my audience. If you would hit it, Jim, for me. I don't sing, so I hope you have a drink. You were just born when I first saw you in the incubator. Mom and Dad said, hey, look, there's your sis, our little Michelle. We were little girls having fun making trouble. We became roomies, split our room up with tape, but we played nice. We were always together. 'Cause you were Michelle and you were already awesome. And I closed my eyes and you got married today. You said I do. Time is really flying away. So I said, Michelle, I love you. You're my favorite sister. Even though you took my clothes, we'll be best friends forever. I'll be here for you. Can't wait to be an auntie. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes. To high school, see a boy named Brian. He took notice of Mr. Andre's daughter. She caught his eye. Brian, you're a brave guy. He asked her to the prom for some dancing and romancing, and our daddy said, have her home at 7 p.m. Rolling around the dance floor, life would never be the same. And she said, Brian, take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. Meet me at the bathroom. You said I like you. Will you be my girlfriend? It's a love story. Will Michelle say yes? Brian, I'm wishing you all the very best. She can be difficult, but she's real. Don't be afraid. No exchanges, no returns. It's a love story. Michelle will say yes. Michelle is in love.
Oh my God.
Even cutting out pictures of dresses and rings. Her heart was nearly breaking. Waiting for the day he'd ask her to marry him. 4 years later, Brian picked out a ring. Showed it to everyone. Nervous at the arboretum, waiting till the time was right. Will she say yes? I don't know what to think. He knelt to the ground and pulled up